is close, but really they want to put it in the person so they know where you are. Another movie with I believe it was Minority Report with Tom Cruise. All these movies has been coming out for the past 15 years.
That's right, 20 years, 15 years, yeah. 30 years. Yeah, the movie that the Minority Report, basically they checked him through his eye scan because he had took this Japanese man's eye and kind of used it, and he went into this department store. And a woman, you heard a woman's voice saying, "Welcome, Mr. Yatamoto," or whatever his name was. Yeah. And they already knew what he wanted to buy, what his taste was, you know. So that technology, they showed the elite show how they plan to use their technology, the chip in particular, based upon the media. Before they do something, they tell you what they're going to do. They might put it in a novel. Like Ayn Rand's, what was the name of the book? Ayn Rand's book, Atlas Shrugged. Basically, it's a blueprint of the agenda of the illuminated ones. Yeah. But she put it out in the form of a novel. All right.
Boston bombing, they put it out in a cartoon. Before they did the Boston bombing thing, they put it out in, what was it, Bart Simpson or one of them cartoons?
You know? Family Guy or something like that.
That's right. We
work with that guy.
That's right.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And that's what's happening right now. What's the mystery of iniquity? Back then it was the Roman Empire, the Edomites, the so-called white man. Today they're back in power. And it's not a mystery anymore because you can go to the scripture. Well, it's a mystery to certain people, but to the elect, it's not a mystery. You know, because you could go through the scriptures now, those of you out there that have your minds open, and you can see who the devil is. You can see who the beast is. You know, you can see who that the 7 heads and the 10 horns are. Right? It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. So he has us out here teaching, you know, and exposing this man for the devil that he is. Because if what we were saying wasn't true, how come this information is not out in the media, in the immediate media? How come they got like a blackout on the Israelites? There's so many camps all over the world and all over America. How come there's no news coverage on the real Israelites, Great Millstone? No, because you know they've gone to General Yohana and Nate, but that's a joke. You know, they're not coming straight. You know, with the real issues. You know, with the hardline issues. You know.
Yeah, because how come Vibe magazine didn't come to interview us? Now that one Edomite, Tucker Carlson.
Well, brother, you gotta. Tucker came to us.
Yeah, he came to us
later. So, but he might be down with the Illuminati.
Yeah. But I mean, but he didn't. I went to these guys. He didn't mention us. He didn't go on the networks and mention that I stopped and I talked to these guys. And
yeah, because he was shitting in his pants.
Yeah,
man. I saw him this morning. He looked uneasy, man.
Yeah,
guy look all nervous and shit, man. He ain't looking right, man.
He ain't
I was watching the nigga this morning, man.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson and Vibe the same magazine that interviewed Nate. They didn't, like, in other words, they'll go, and even with Comfy, man, when Comfy was on the scene, remember they had him on that, what was that show they used to come
VH1.
On? VH1,
yeah,
that's
yeah, they tried to put, basically, when the splits took place, I guess he was considered the biggest group out there, and all the people that left, the elite figured that we were just going to go back in the world. Yeah. Hey, but guess what?
Yeah.
We're bigger than U.S. still. No, that's an inside joke. Anyway, between us and Nate, you know, and Johanna and all these other different Israelite groups, that's a good thing.
That's right.
Even though we argue back and forth with them, it's a good thing that they're bringing that word out because that's pushing the word of Israel.
That's right.
But what's going to happen is all them people going to come to us anyway because the Most High set us up, man. He set up Nate. And Nate just might be, if he gets his act right, he might just be holding posts in one of our camps.
Well, then,
you know, if he does the right thing, huh?
And the dream I had, that's what he was doing.
Well, if it's true, that's good for him. But anyway, I got a scripture, right? This is Job 42:1. It says, Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do anything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. 3. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that I understand not, things too wonderful for me which I knew not. Now that goes into the name. Because you're saying, well, look, we don't know the name of the Most High. You can't say Yahweh because it's not in the scriptures. But wait a minute. Let me read that again. It says, the third verse, who is he that hideth counsel? The Most High. If you don't know the name, if you haven't woken up to it applies to the chip as well. If you have not woken up to the mark of the beast being the chip, then the Most High didn't give it to you. You yourself said this yourself, Nate, that you don't have 100% knowledge, and you try to lay that on us. We have 100% knowledge, man.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that we teach that go beyond the Bible, like the name Yahweh.
That's right.
The name Yahweh Shai. That's not in the scriptures. That's not embedded in the scriptures. But the Most High opens your mind to see what the truth is. All right?
That's right.
It says, who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Because you guys are trying to figure stuff out with, by reading the scriptures and doing word searches and all that. Like y'all are bugging out off the new moon thing. The reason why you made about two videos talking about you're going to smash that whole lunatic new moon thing. And really we saw it and we laughed at that shit, man. And then we came back over top of it again, man. And we pinpointed where you went off on, man. Because you're trying to figure out how to beat us to show that GMS is going off. And I'm going to show you ain't proved a damn thing, man. When it comes to the Sabbath is not on the Friday sundown, the Saturday sundown, man. Okay? That's Saturn's day, man.
That's right.
And then your guys are bugging out because you know why you guys be bugging out? Because you're thinking, well, what if it's true? I don't really know what day it is. And I'm thinking it's Friday sundown, but it might be a Tuesday and I might have sex with my woman and I might be going off. We don't think like that, man. If I meet a woman on a Friday night and things happen, I pop her. Hey, I'll pop her, brother. I ain't thinking about, well, I'm breaking the Sabbath, man. I ain't thinking like that. And guess what? I done did it, brother. I done did it, man. On a Friday night. You want to go to the club on a Friday night? You can do that, man. If it don't fall on the Sabbath, based upon the new moon. But you guys are bugging out off of that thing, man. Because you ain't deep. And I'm going to read it one more time. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that I understood not, things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. So there's things that we said that goes beyond the scriptures, like the name Yahweh. Now the chip is easy because all you got to do is learn the Greek and the Hebrew. That's all you got to do.
Right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 16. This book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 13. When Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He saith unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the anointed, the Son of the living power. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And that's who has to open up your mind, not man, So as far as the name's concerned, that's something that the Lord opens up your mind to understand, receive, and believe.
Yeah. And I can prove it. Well, number one, you guys talking about research. If you researching that's another thing that Nate don't deal with, the Hebrew. The name of the Lord, if you know the Hebrew, if it is there, it's clear as day. If you go into the Hebrew, but Nate, you don't know the Hebrew, or you don't want to deal with the Hebrew. If you go into the Hebrew in the Torah, the Tanakh, and you read it, you read the name of the Most High in the Hebrew, it's right there. Yahweh, it's right there.
But you know what? Man? If you go to his main page,
yeah,
he starts off with the name of the Lord in the Tetragrammaton. So he's telling you he knows the name of the Lord, but he's putting that 4-letter character bullshit up that the white man, because he trusts in the white man, man.
Yeah. Because you're a demon. He's a demon. Well, to back up what Elder Tahar said, we know that he knows the name of the Lord because he told me to my face. So pretty much that was like a real demonic, evil statement that he made to me, and the way he said it, it was like my man said from Vibe magazine or whatever. It was like a demonic con man, like because when he said.